In today's Consumer View, reaction continues to pour in following the recent release of the annual J.D. Power Initial Quality Report for Vehicles. Automotive expert Casey Jordan is here. First, if you would, help us understand what the J.D. Power report is and its significance.
Well, this J.D. Power report was the initial quality report, and the initial quality report is done by consumers who have just purchased a vehicle, and the quality report is done for their after 90-day experience with the vehicle.
Okay, and I remember reading, because I happen to drive one, that Lexus was at the top. What are some of the other outstanding highlights of this report?
Well, the traditional high scores like Lexus, Acura, and Honda are still on top.
Good. And what dropped though? Because I understand there was at least what we thought would be the really #1 go-getter automaker, domestic, didn't do so well.
Well, Ford Motor Company had been in that Honda, that top tier as well, but their new infotainment product called My Ford Touch is having some problems with acceptance by consumers. And that was the primary driver. They're getting this new infotainment system in their vehicle, and they're not sure how to use it, and it's malfunctioning.
Okay, and then of course that relays into negative findings when you're talking about a survey of fairly new vehicles and people who've just owned them for a while. They just don't know how to use the system, right?
That's correct. Now, the thing to do, if you are getting a vehicle, new car with a very complex entertainment system or climate control system or navigation system, you need to make sure that when you take delivery of your vehicle, you have the adequate amount of time for the dealer to train you on how to use that infotainment system. And make sure that you ask a lot of questions, and when you take your vehicle home, practice what you've learned, and then write the questions down and come back to the dealership. The dealership and the manufacturer wants you to be satisfied with that vehicle.
Well, it's kind of difficult because we're not really talking about the mechanics of driving the vehicle. That probably scored pretty good.
Yes.
It's these new features, you know, for customers that we're not sure how to maneuver.
And exactly. When this study came out last week from J.D. Power, it showed that consumers like the infotainment systems but don't know how to use them, and that's driving the quality rankings down for all manufacturers. So the lesson learned here is before you leave the dealership, make sure you know
what you're doing.
Make sure you know what you're doing with your new car.
And you need to do this while your car is parked in the driveway, not while you're driving.
Not while you're driving.
Casey, thanks so much for that.